Hello. This is your man, Nicholas Shephard from Shephard Enterprise, Business Administration, and Information System Consultants, LLC, or Shepherd Enterprise, LLC, Business Administration, Information System Consultants. And this, this session is basically a research session, and of course, it would not be viewed outside the scope of what I'm actually doing, even though I may download it on YouTube. But only this should be this for myself. And I use say stuff on YouTube for the sake of just I can go back and look at it, in the open internet, when I'm out and about, and when I did, when I am not carrying my you know laptop with me, so I can just go on YouTube and review and take notes. Okay, so I'm gonna go into what I'm doing, and what I'm doing right now is basically um, I'm looking at my document here, and within my document, um, I was going through a couple of things, and of course, this is the video I'm looking at. I'm doing my base analysis on, and what I previously had did, okay, on November the 24th. Okay, so um, based on the video, and I'm really going to um, be fast forwarding and going back and forth. But I just want to make sure that what I see here is where I need to be at, because I don't want to go backwards. I want to go forward. Okay. All right. So this whole thing here, make sure that okay. I don't think I really need the volume, but I need to check my volume level. It's like my volume level is pretty much set. Okay. So um, I'm not gonna really worry about that right now. So I do it like this, but I don't know. Okay, I think my volume level is pretty much set. But anyway, let me test it before I go off into it, because I hate to make sure if I want to hear what I'm saying. Okay, that was pretty much more whispering than anything. Let me go back to it. So go here. Okay, this is where I am right now concerning the order number. Um, the account status. Okay, and that's basically when I'm gonna be locking the record, and that's at 4252. And of course, I was just doing a little bit more analysis on that, pulling the data back, making sure that I had the information that I need. Okay, so what I wanted to do was I want the account status be administrative review. Okay, so when I update this record, and this would be based on some things. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep off of this right now. It seems like I want to make sure that I'm just going to copy this and put it in my notes. Like I said, I really don't need to be, so that I won't, and I'll come back, miss out. Okay, so I really don't need to listen to me talk. So I can hear it on my mic. But as I'm looking at everything, I can talk pretty much through the whole process. Because what I'm trying to do really is, what I'm trying to do is, I'm looking at this document, and what I wanted to do was set the account status. And account status actually would be pending administrative review. Okay. So um, that's the goal, right? So um, I was looking at the query as well, which is here. And I noticed that when I was doing this, it's not going to let me update both of these at the same time. All right. So um, I may have to make another query that does this update on the second update to check and see if all the factors are in place before I do this update to set it at administrative review. Um, and I think that's what this is pushing towards in this query here. This query here, customer 1A. I was looking at another query. Okay, no, this is it. This is service from. Okay, and then I did this here. So um, I'm gonna wind up changing this probably to 1B because this is the actual query here, and this one, um, and this particular query here is what I'm basically modifying. Okay, because I didn't want to keep, as we go and look at it, really don't make a difference. But okay, so and that's this query, and I'm gonna go down and see if I can find that whole factor part. Uh, yeah, that's a long thingy there. That's a long factor. It shouldn't even be that long, but um, so account status. Yeah, this is the actual one here. Administrative view. All right, so this is gonna look at this. What I want to do, I want to pull back this. Uh, but I want it to be based on a couple of things, right? I just don't want to just update this table here. And looking at my document, so the customer on the corporate level account status of the form, we need we would need to we would need an update query. Okay, just two out. Just program. We we need an update query to reflect the initial record lock process. So one of the account status, okay, this table, right? To update this table, right? To pending administrative review. All right. So, all right, it says pending admin review. So I didn't say administrative, it's admin review. I broke it, made it smaller. I don't want to be too traditional what that means. So in this whole thing, as far as being under administrative review, is basically letting the personnel and the project managers know that we're still trying to figure out either uh, some accounting issues or um, payment issues, billing issues, or whatever the situation is before we release the lock on this record. Okay, so what I want to do is, and that's going to be more complex because I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to lock the record. And once I lock the record, there would be no updates to that until after um, the administrator, right, account administrator, come to the conclusion that all case scenarios are satisfied. All right, so it shouldn't take a lot of time, okay, in doing this, but we want to make sure that once we unlock this record, it's ready to go, okay, on all levels. It's ready to go. We can assign a project manager to the project. We can start gathering the team or the team or the personnel that's going to be working on this project, and then we'll start on our initial phase as far as building the project. Okay, and that's going to be something a little bit more tedious, um, so that once we start working on this, the personnel know that okay, we got X amount of time to do this. We got to stay on budget and those different things. Okay, and that's when the the time clock, right, project time clock kicks in. So once we start um, falling behind, they're gonna have to be an indicator. It's gonna be outside this database. An indicator should be triggered. Let us know that okay, listen, we we behind on this particular project, and we need to figure out what's going on. Okay, so we need meetings, everything like that. You don't want the customer feel like they have been left out of the loop. So um, we could be working on a project, and if the personnel um, that we are dealing with outside of the Shephard Enterprise LLC, Business Administration Information System Consultants, if that personnel um, that is basically our point of contact, which may be a project manager as well, if they feel as if we're taking too long to resolve a problem that they feel that should have been done within 3 or 4 or 5 days or a week or 2 weeks, um, they may try to pull the plug on the whole project. Okay, so we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that we come in, solve the problem, or assign someone to the project that could be their point of contact, so they can continue working on other um, projects. Okay, or series of things that they are actually assigned to do. Okay, dealing with their customers. All right. Okay, so that's where we are at right now. Um, like I say, I did this here, the spending administrative review, which is an update statement, and I think looking at this, form, go back to the form itself and look at it, make sure that, and this is the form here. Okay, and I need to make sure this is it. Okay, because we're going to be not only locking this form, okay, we'll be locking the customer form as well. Okay, um, this right here is a service account admin. Look at it. Form review. And this is a service ticket itself. Okay, so back and we'll pull up this we work on this order number. Okay, so this is the project we're working on. So department level account action corporate status will be pending administrative review. Or we say project hold in negotiations. But that has nothing to do with these individuals here. Because all they did basically was they took in the request and they created the order number. Where they process the order number, whereas that it moves on to the administrator, okay, the account administrator, so they can start looking at this. All right, looking at this whole process here. And mind you, this ticket here was this account's administrative request was submitted by the the project manager that's initiating this whole process. Okay, so once they look at this, they're going to be able to decide, okay, this is what we're doing. We need, like I said, we need a customer number request, um, and we are pushing forward towards that. So, it says no accounts, verifying customer information, request transfer to, and we need to fill that. Um, you know, and there's a lot of things. So I'm not even going to push that right now because that's just one of the steps we're going to have to look at. Okay. So the other step concerning this whole process is the customer accounts form, client form. Okay, which we're going to go down and we'll take a look at that, which is customer bill. This is what we're looking at now. Um, you need to, where's which I bill service. Okay. Where is the 7? Okay, here we are. So, that's when we're going to be going back to this form. All right. And we're going to be looking for this customer. Let's see, we go here. We need to look look at this form. See, in relations to this. So look at this form. This form here. Right. So we're looking at researching this form. And its relations. And its relations to the form. Okay. And that's what make that blue. This blue. And the reason I'm doing this because now we're looking at the form itself and the data. Okay, we want to be very particular in what the direction we go in so that we don't be fumbling around. We want to be direct in what we're doing. We want to make sure that while we are doing this, it's clearly understood that um, the form that we're looking at is basically um, to be the focus, all right, of these steps. We don't want to be, as you say, just slopping around in the project and don't have a clear understanding what the next step is going to be once we start working with this. Okay, so I have these different things here already. I can actually go back and look at this, um, but I'm not going to do it, for the sake of on the video because of the fact that we already been through it already. But what we're doing is what I need to do is look at this, go through this, and then figure out exactly what I'm doing, and then do a review within the video of what I have accomplished. Okay. All right. So that is it to this point, and I'm gonna look at this right here. Use the regular lock. Okay. This is gonna be another form that we need to be looking at, and because this is where the form is basically. I mean the data, the record. Okay. So if I open this form here, and I look into let's see, and that's just determining when the record be locked. All right. So that's all that is in line with this. Lock order record, the record be locked. So research a couple seven and when said okay. So now in this form here, we're going to see. We go back and grab the order number. You understand this? All this information has to be refined. Okay, you understand? Because the whole thing is that once we pull this record up and we do the locking process, what are we going to be doing? It's going to start at the customer account bill administrator's level. All right. So we know that once we pull this information up, it's administrative review. And once we go here and we click this update client customer button, we know that that whole initiation, depending on what we select, and it says customer account status, it should be customer account status. Let's see. Okay, so it should be here. So um, this is product status, customer account, project. Okay, so when they click this, it needs to be. I'm trying to make sure that okay. All right, so this is pending admin review. That's here was a project edition. Um, we can actually put in here um, pending admin. That's it. Okay, product edition. We can do the same thing here. All right, so we can actually put that this information here, but I think this is suffice right here. Probably find the sign. Okay, product edition. No, not active. Okay, we leave that alone. Okay, so that's that. All right, so once you do this, we click the update button. Okay, which is here. This update button is actually what triggers um, this other steps, the updates, everything like that, um, to the other tables, and then lock the record. All right, so that is where we are right now. Okay. All right, so review this, make sure everything is the way I think it should be. I think I got everything down. It's just basically sitting myself down and focusing on this, making sure all the information that's needed is in place. But like I said, once I lock all this down and I get the record in position where the only person who's actually working on this document um, is a certain um, qualified person, and that's more detailed, anything like that on the trigger part. And that's going towards like going to the customer record, I mean, personnel record, employee personnel record, and find out, okay, this person, are they authorized to work on this? So that's more detailed later on down the line, where you start being refined and who's actually locking the record, who can lock the record, um, and then we start looking at the timeline. Okay, so um, that would be the sequence of events on that, and then we can start going to the project phase where we're looking at costs. Okay, cost analysis. All right, which is going to be very um, analytical. Okay, so we have to go through a lot of different factors and everything like that. And I do a lot of different tests, a lot of different scenarios, and a decent cost for the customer to make sure the customer agrees on the cost. We have a list of costs based on previous projects and what is needed right now. Okay, that's similar to what is requested for us to do. Okay, all right. So I guess that's it for right now. And again, um, thank you very much, and we will continue with this on our next session.